song called Cold and Frosty Morning, key of A minor. So the show is about progressive acoustic music with bluegrass influences, and most of it comprises of songs that are played by banjo, mandolin, the dobro, upright bass, things like that. It's a little bit more progressive than your traditional bluegrass music because it's being infused with some more other music, I guess, and other genres that people are bringing into bluegrass and kind of morphing it into their own take on that type of music, and it makes for some interesting playing, and who knows, where it's going to go from there. It's certainly enjoyable to listen to, and I hope you all like it too.
One of the guys, I guess it was this weekend, opened up, had a CD release party. John Ward from Coon Valley, and we're going to do the title cut off of
Weeds, that is off their self-titled album.
Right now. So,
Delta Rain also with a new album called Nothing But Sky. The name of that song was Country Sunday. A good day to have a bluegrass show.
A few things that helped popularize the music industry of bluegrass was in movies. There was a movie back in the 70s, in July of 1972, a movie came out called Deliverance, and it featured the music of banjo and guitar on there, and a song called Dueling Banjos. And can't say really too much about the movie, but it did bring a lot of people into listening to this type of music. I guess in more modern times, in 2001, a movie came out called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And a lot of people thought when they heard the Soggy Bottom Boys singing I Am a Man of Constant Sorrow that was the first that song ever came out, and they all joined in listening to a lot of this music as well. But that song goes way, way back. It was done by Dr. Ralph Stanley, and everybody enjoys hearing it. I mean, it kind of got overplayed. I have played it on my show, not as of recent, but it seems like whenever this music shows up in movies, it just becomes even more popular, the music. So it tells you a little bit about what people think of it anyhow.
Ragged Union, and then something by Eric Lambert.
Bluegrass music was started by a gentleman by the name of Bill Monroe. This was back in the 1930s, and he actually coined the name bluegrass music because he said the music was as beautiful as the bluegrass of Kentucky, and hence that would be the name of it. And that was at the Ryman Auditorium long time ago, like I said, back in the 30s, 40s era and stuff like that. And Bill Monroe had a relatively hard life. His parents died young, and he was kind of bounced around from place to place. He ended up living with his mother's brother, his uncle Pendleton Vandiver, and eventually wrote a song about him called Uncle Pen, and that's where that song came into play. But that's where he learned to play music and hone his trade and kind of take off and really get this music rolling. And he's really seen the music unchanged for many decades. The music was not done any different really than the way he had played it and the way he intended to it, and he was always very adamant about that. And it hasn't morphed out of what it became, and it's still around and very popular.